Hey everyone, and welcome. So Ramadan is literally right around the corner. You can feel it in the air, right? That special kind of energy. Today we're going to talk about something super important, how we can connect with the Quran this year, but without all the pressure. We're talking about ease. Let's dive in.
You know that feeling? Like Ramadan just kind of creeps up on you. One second it's the new year, and the next, bam, it's here. And you get that little panic of, oh man, am I ready for this? Trust me, it's a feeling so many of us share.
And, of course, our minds just start spinning with this massive to-do list. We've got the food prep, cleaning the whole house, maybe buying some gifts, the mountain of laundry. But then there's that one thing on the list. You know the one. The big one that feels, well, a little heavy. Fix my relationship with the Quran. And hey, let's just be real for a second. Sometimes that thought hits you. Wow, it has been a while since I actually sat down and opened the Quran. A little bit of a gap forms, right? And then suddenly it feels like you're being thrown into the deep end, right into the month of the Quran. And you're feeling, well, a little rusty.
But what if we could just flip that script entirely? What if the first step isn't about trying to fix every single thing at once? What if it's just about accepting a really simple but super powerful invitation?
This right here, this is the whole point of what we're talking about today. Come as you are. Seriously, if you haven't recited in a while, if you're feeling a bit distant, it is totally okay. No judgment. The only invitation is to just come back. Right now, just as you are.
You know, we throw around this phrase, Quran journey, a lot. And sometimes that can sound so massive. Like this huge, intimidating project where you have to have everything perfect. But let's reframe that. What if it's not some epic journey? What if it's just a simple start? You don't need a perfectly mapped out plan to climb the entire mountain. You just need to take that very first step.
Okay, so before we even crack open the book, there's a really simple question we can ask ourselves that can honestly change everything. And that question is, why? Why am I even doing this? What is my intention here?
Now, really, take a second and think about it. When you sit down with the Quran, maybe later today, what are you actually hoping to find in it? Because whatever your answer is, that's your motivation. That's your fuel.
And look, there are so many perfectly good intentions. Maybe you just want to feel closer to Allah. Maybe you're looking for healing, for shifa. Or maybe you're just like, I need some guidance in my life right now. It could even be about perfecting your pronunciation. Or hey, maybe you just want to build up some good momentum before Ramadan hits. All of those are amazing reasons to start. And that really brings us back to what the Quran is for, you know? It's described as a blessed book revealed so we can think deeply about its signs, so people of reason can be mindful. So see, the goal isn't just about getting the recitation technically perfect. It's about that deep reflection, that search for guidance. All right, so reflection can sound like a big academic word, but how do we actually do it? I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. Let's make this super practical and look at an example from Surah Al-Mulk. That's chapter 67. So let's look at the second verse. It says, He is the one who created death and life in order to test which of you is best indeed. I mean, wow. That's a pretty profound statement, right? It basically sets the stage for our entire existence.
And that is a perfect example of simple reflection. You don't have to be a scholar to get the main takeaway. It's right there. This life, it's a test. And that's such a powerful reminder that the ultimate authority is with Allah, which means we can put our trust, all our worries, right into His hands.
But then, check this out. The verse ends with two of Allah's names, Al-Aziz, the Almighty, and Al-Ghafur, the All-Forgiving. And this combination is so interesting, because a lot of times in the Quran, you'll see the Almighty paired with the All-Wise, which shows that His power comes with perfect wisdom. But here, it's paired with forgiveness. It's this beautiful little reminder. Yes, Allah is the ultimate king with all the power, but He is also the most merciful.
Okay, so we've covered the right mindset, we've talked about setting an intention. Now let's get down to brass tacks. What is your first practical step you can take today?
And this part is so important, so please listen up. That feeling that you don't know all the rules of recitation or you're not an expert, that can become a huge wall that stops you from even starting. But you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a scholar. Just start with what you can. Because the effort, that's what's truly beautiful.
In fact, there's this incredible hadith from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that says if you struggle while you're reciting the Quran, if it's hard for you, you get two rewards.
You get one reward for the recitation itself and a whole second reward just for the effort you put in. So please know, your struggle isn't a sign of failure. It's seen, and it's being rewarded.
So what can you do like right after you finish listening to this? 3 super simple things. Number 1, set your intention. Figure out why you're opening the book. Number 2, schedule the time. Seriously, find a little moment. Maybe swap out 10 minutes of scrolling through social media for 10 minutes with the Quran. And number 3, and this is the most important one, just open the book. Don't overthink it. Don't build it up in your head. Just begin.
And I want to leave you with one final powerful thought from the end of that same chapter. It poses a question to make us think about the blessings we just take for granted every single day, like water. It asks, if your water were to sink into the earth, who else could bring you flowing water? Just think about that for a second. If Allah took it away, who could ever bring it back? It's a question that's meant to put you in a state of gratitude and complete awe. And really, that's the perfect place for your heart to be when you start reconnecting with His words.